Hi guys, what's happening? What's happening in your side of the town now? No, it's not anything pleasant I want to share, but if it is pleasant, Auntie D comes with it. If it's not pleasant, she still shares it. So you're going to be a little unhappy, but still listen. Still listen. Now, there has been a roof in the Dominican Republic which collapsed while they were having some fun time. It was a club. And it said that nearly 200 persons were killed in that era there of the thing. And it's a nightclub, and it has become one of the country's deadliest event that has ever taken place. Right at that location is the worst, right? And it is so sad that this tragedy struck at a time when persons were there from their spring break or relaxation vacation and trying to unwind, and there comes the roof down, and not many persons were able to escape. Some were injured, very few may have escaped, and quite a number were found, and they are still searching, and they say they are still hearing sounds, but by the time they are able going to reach those persons now, I'm just hoping that something good will come from out of the search, right? um it is said that at least 300 people were inside the jet ski nightclub, right? And not jet ski, jet set nightclub, right? Jet set nightclub. And it happened early Tuesday morning, somewhere in the region of about 1 a.m. At that time now, music started to swing and everything was going on, and everybody was enjoying themselves, right? So the height of the performance. And there was this artist named Perez who was on doing his merengue, and he had the people going, right? And eventually, at the end of it all, he also was among those that were made unalived, right? And you can imagine when, and even the manager for the establishment, he also was found unalive. Quite a number, because it happened right in the center of the roof where all those lights and persons are up to the front. I could also see where persons were videotaping with their phones, trying to get a shot of everything good. And there comes trouble. They say if trouble is set like rain, you could prepare for it. But I think that came at unawares. Nobody knew anything of that would have happened. Even two former Major League Baseball players were in it as well, who have lost their lives, according to the director of the Emergency Operations Center, right? So they are able to identify some person, but I can imagine there are some persons there now who are not able to be identified. And the exact number of people who were made alive is yet to be finalized. So that means the number is going to be going up, right? Oh my Lord. And it is so sad. The aerial view of the footage showed the venue, and it was in the middle of the building. So we don't know if there was too much weight or whatever was happening, but the building collapsed. The roof itself, not the entire building, the roof collapsed. And everything went down from the middle onto the audience. Can you imagine? If it was on the side, maybe it would not have been so bad, but right in the center, right? And this happened right during the middle of the performance, because at that time, performance is swinging and people are in the mood and they are enjoying themselves, right? Yet they say the cause of this is not yet known. They don't know what could have caused it. So we can't even speculate to say maybe it's the strength or whatever was needed. We can't even speculate, right? And families were seen outside the venue where it took place, where they have a makeshift hospital, and they were there checking the list, right? And they were also moving from hospital to hospital, venue to venue, hoping that they'll see their loved ones. Can you imagine? And some most of these persons were removed from the debris, but I can imagine quite a number are still under there. And I'm just hoping that when they are still searching, they will do it so cautiously, as I know they would. and recover some more persons who are still alive. Sometimes something may drop and hit us, but we are able to cushion. But if it hits her in the head and you're bleeding profusely, that can cause another problem again, right? And the debris for the roof is all covered on them. Can you imagine? The debris for that section all covered them down, right? It is so sad. I try to imagine myself at a venue where something is taking place. It can be even at a church, wherever. And this thing takes place. How are you going to run out? By the time you should hear a sound and you start to look, it is already down on you. There's a by the time, I remember some time ago there was a they had a there's something that happened a tragedy happened one at a nightclub in Pulse, at the Pulse nightclub some time ago, but that was a shooting. And persons were trying to escape and they had a stampede and some persons had passed on. Were made unalive. So, when we go out, as I say, business to have fun, we always try to go back. But sometimes we never make it back home. Sometimes we are on the road traveling, something happens. Sometimes you're so near to your home, something happens. I just imagine some persons who would have taken time out by saving up some money to go and have a trip out in the Caribbean, get some fun because they've been working so hard. And that is how it ends. Maybe some of them have gone unalive just like that. Maybe some of them are not recognizable. You know, I'm just hoping that while they're going to be removing the debris, they'll find some more persons alive. It is a sad, sad thing. When I looked at it, I felt so sad. I said to myself, what is man? You're here today and gone tomorrow. But guys, let us remember those families. We don't know them, some of them. Some of them may be persons we know, but we don't know if something will happen, if something has happened to anybody there. So remember them in our prayers and lift them up. Remember to subscribe to the channel and really make your comment and tell me what you think about this roof that had collapsed. Thank you. See you in my next video.